Coming up today, the Renaissance Sao Paulo, a stylish, action-filled hotel in the heart of the city. And in a city that's yearning for new 5-star hotels, the Renaissance seems to be holding its own quite well. The full tour and review start in 15 seconds. Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. Just north of the Renaissance is the bustling Paulista Avenue, but just to the south is a beautiful residential area that wouldn't be out of place in parts of Southern California. It's that mashup of style, function, and prestige which has helped the Renaissance develop a reputation as one of the top hotels in this mega city. For detailed pricing or booking info, the price that I think the room is actually worth, as well as the lineup of videos which will be out next, check out the pinned comment below. Brief side note, during my stay, the hotel was hosting a pretty high-profile celebrity, and so if you notice a lot more guests in my shot than normal, it's because the place was always packed. Anyway, the 444-room Renaissance was first opened in 1997 and has been Marriott's flagship property in the city for quite a while. That is, until the JW Marriott opened just a couple weeks ago. A new JW and other brands like it are exactly what the city needs though, which is kind of boring on the hotel front. The lobby is polished, both literally and figuratively, and gave a surprisingly up-to-date feel about the hotel that doesn't really match the facade or the rooms themselves. What I'm saying is overall a positive, as the rooms were exactly as advertised. I expected them to be a bit dated. The updated common areas were not just some photo tricks though. While the ground floor area actually spanned the full block, the majority of facilities that were actually used throughout the day, the reception area, lobby bar, sushi bar, and check-in area, were all grouped together in the front. While it was nice to walk into a lively hotel, I'd say that these venues could have been spread out a bit. All the way in the back area of the ground floor was the primary restaurant, which was used for breakfast. So my room did include breakfast, but I left the hotel at 3 a.m. Actually, the Renaissance wasn't in my plans for Sao Paulo at all. Consistently, the hotel had been selling for around $370 per night during my stay in Sao Paulo. Then suddenly, a few days before I arrived, the price was slashed in half. Why did I change my mind? Well, I just didn't think that I was looking at a $400 per night hotel. Under $200 though, it was worth a try, and I'm glad that I did because the location is fantastic. Let's take a quick dive into it. Concerning the central areas where tourists actually spend their time, the Renaissance is truly as centrally located as you could possibly ask for. While it's still a 30 to 60 minute drive from Guarulhos, the largest airport in the city, that's actually not that bad for Sao Paulo traffic. The hotel is just a block away from Paulista Avenue, and is in the general Jardim Paulista neighborhood, filled with parks, shops, and higher-end residential buildings and houses. In the rear of the ground floor area is the quote-unquote individual zone, which honestly feels like a world away from the lobby. Back here, it was always quiet and almost empty no matter how crowded the lobby and bar ever were. For a quiet meeting or a coffee break, it really is a nice space to have. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for 2 new videos each week. Always feel free to ask any questions that you have in the comments. I make sure to reply to all of them. Now, heading up to the room. I had a standard king room and requested a higher floor when booking. The room itself was nice, it's well laid out and has everything that you would need for a standard city hotel room. For the most part, the furnishings look premium and are in great condition, and I appreciate that there are not only outlets everywhere where you need them, but there's also light switches where you would expect them to be and not hidden away somewhere. I mentioned that the room felt dated before, and it does, but I think a lot of that comes from the windows. These squat windows instantly date the property. If this was the exact same room, maybe with different fabric on the sofa, but with modern floor-to-ceiling windows, it would be a completely different feel inside. The mini bar was decently stocked, and I was happy to see an espresso machine, but there was no complimentary water on offer. The best part of the room though, the bed. This trip of mine spanned 8 countries over 6 weeks, and this bed, and the bedding, was by far the most comfortable bed I had during the entirety of the trip. I don't stay at a lot of Renaissances, but if this is what's to be expected at each one, I'd be inclined to visit them a lot more often. The closet was a standard size, and the bathroom was perfectly adequate for the size of the room, but the glass around the shower enclosure just did feel a bit dingy. Also, the towels in here were almost as good as the linens on the bed. Before we head to the gym and the pool area, a quick peek at my dinner from that night. The salad was good, nothing spectacular, but the flatbread was one of the better room service items that I've had on this whole trip. The spa itself had a small reception area that the elevators opened directly into, and it was flanked on either side by a really good-sized gym and the outdoor pool, which honestly I felt like a bit more effort could have been put into. That's just about all there is to write, so let's get into the flip-flop score. Overall, I was very pleasantly surprised. Relatively speaking, I think the room and the outdoor pool were the low points, but they weren't that bad. They just didn't match the stylish ground floor spaces. Everything else was fantastic though. I don't know how to make a room with such squat windows feel fresher, but if they could, this would easily be a property with a score over 95 for me. But even now, at an 89 out of 100, it's nothing to balk at. I really do hope you enjoyed this full tour and review. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for 2 new hotel or flight reviews every single week. Next time you can join me for my flight down to Buenos Aires in British Airways' new Club World suites.